Well, all right, y'all. So, welcome back to Love 24 Hours here, where we review content that can either brighten or enlighten your day. Okay. So what's going on, y'all? Whew, child, the energy. Do y'all feel it? Do you feel it? I'm not even gonna say nothing. If you feel it, put it in the comments and tell me what you feel, and then I'm gonna tell you if that's what I'm talking about. Like, let's just play a little. Would you like to play a game? Like, let's. Do you feel it though? It's in the air. Do you feel it? Okay, so yeah, but let's jump into straight into these shout outs real quick. Okay, so first shout out goes to Stephanie Luke 9246. Thank you. I appreciate the comment and the love. I appreciate you for sharing. The next shout out goes to R.I.P. Foxy, or well, it says well, I'm gonna read it as I see it and not just what I think it is, because I may be wrong. So yeah, so R.I.P. Little Tiny X and then Foxy. So yeah, I love this color. That blue is, oh my goodness. Because I think I might have gave you a shout out before, and I think I told you that, but it's nothing wrong with hearing it again because I love that blue. Like, ooh, my goodness. Colors also have been extremely vibrant, or a lot more vibrant to me lately too. I don't know. It's like a lens or something changed. You ever got like that? Like, yeah, you start seeing a little bit more clearer, or a little bit like more vibrancy to. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Moving on to the next shout out. Last but not least, shout out to bruh. Shout out to at user dash ZB9. Is that an L or an I? One of those little S3 RQ2R. Why did I only say the S was little when all those other letters were small? I don't know, y'all. Child. Oh well, I'm not about to edit that. It is what it is. Y'all know I'm y'all weird best friend, bro, and I love it. I love it. I love me. I love me. I used to say I love me, some me, but I love me, all of me. Love me, more than just a little bit. I mean, that's just me. And a lot of people are like, okay, you know how some people they too deep. You know what I'm saying? But now that progressing, I realized that not really. I don't think it's like, sometimes it feels that way, but now I'm putting myself in other people's shoes, right, when it comes to that, and I'm like, it does give you a sense of, I don't know. It's not I can't really think of a word for it, but it does make you feel better, and it's a part of, I think, your path of progress, or whatever you want to call it. I'm having trouble finding the word for it. I'm having trouble finding a lot of words today, but yeah, but it's just something that just lets you know, it's just you proving to yourself that you're at least trying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm at least paying attention, because you have to be careful with you, because that's the best currency you have. It's one of the only currencies you have is, what you invest your attention to. You know what I'm saying? Or into. Because really, really think about it. Your attention gives things value. Like, if people, like, come on, for example, crystals, right? Or, like, crystals. I'm trying to think anything else. I can't think of anything else that quick. But yeah, so, like, stones and crystals and stuff like that, they used to not be this expensive. Now that people are buying more of them and using them more, and, learning about them, now people are like, oh yeah, they're worth more, because what's the word for it? The demand for it is higher now, so they can raise their prices, right? And especially when it comes to real stones, because the real and raw ones are somewhat difficult to find, because you always got someone that's just trying to make a buck, and they'll sell you some stuff that's not real. But yeah, but I'm just saying, like, okay, yeah, so I don't know. I was just saying, yeah, okay. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, because I don't want this to be too long. I don't want the video to be too long. Okay, so yeah, without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and just jump straight into the video.
fatty liver, an alcoholic liver, and you never drunk alcohol in your life.
Being a hater.
Just for being a hater. So literally, if we gonna keep it street, being a hater and having envy, remember all these emotions create molecules. These molecules create chemicals. And that's why you see hatred and being angry and enviness is associated with the liver. Having fear or adrenaline, state of fight or flight, is always associated with the kidneys. You see that? Happiness is always associated with the heart. That's dopamine. Remember, all these different energy emotions creates a molecule. These molecules create chemicals, and these chemicals are produced by the body, and then that's how you act out your reality. So technically, scientifically, y'all can look this up, hatred causes liver cancer or liver acidosis.
I'm a Rasta man. Clean Rasta man. And Rasta far eye. You know what is the meaning of that? Rastafari is real life, natural living. It's all about life. It coming down to revelation. We are in revelation now. But the people them still won't understand that it's we time. It's not racist, it's we time. Everyone should come together and say, yes, it's we time. Everyone could have a farm, you know. And you are help me and me I help you, and to build a unity. But the unity is not there. One man want drive all 5 cars.
Holds nothing to the stingless bee. Facts. So that little bee is the stingless bee. It has a very small stinger and it won't hurt you like that. Yes, you can put the honey in the eyes. Yes, you can put the honey in the jar in the eyes. This is the same honey. What you're gonna do is you're gonna sit in the chair and you're gonna look up at the ceiling, because you only put in a drop of honey in each eye. And you're gonna keep your chin up because you want the honey to seep back into the brain. And it's gonna coat your eye and coat your brain and continue to get all of those great potent properties in all of the areas that they need to be. Give yourself about a good 15-20 minutes and you'll start noticing a refreshing feeling. But that is how you take the honey, and you will be on your way to seeing the world with a lot more clarity.
I can't believe nobody's talking about what this man just said. Watch this.
This honey, you can't get this honey but once a year. This honey is alkaline. This honey is so powerful that when the woman has vaginal discharge in her nerves, all they do is make a suppository and put it out there, and it's gone in 24 hours. When the child has earache, I drop it in the air, the earache is gone. And recently, about a year ago, a friend of mine who come to the village said, my little girl always get a ball under her eye, and the doctors cut it out, but it goes back, and it goes back. I said, put the honey in her eye. Put a drop of honey in her eye, and never go back. And he brought his father that had a cataract on his eye. He put a drop each day. A week later, it was gone. This is a honey that's made from a bee. This bee that made this honey is black. It's small. It doesn't bite you. He gets in your ear and, do a number on you. It's kind of uncomfortable. But the honey of this bee is what I drink every day, 1 tablespoon.
The one to tell you. Most of your great-grandmothers were magical women. She had an altar, but she didn't call it that. Back then they called it prayer warrior closet or intercession room. She didn't call it Reiki. She called it laying hands. She didn't call it mediumship. She called it prophesying, or I had a dream. She didn't have a potion. She said, drink this tea and you will feel better. There is nothing new under the sun. Just reclaim what she did with more information to guide your path.
Notice how this baby reacts to sound frequencies. That's because the soundboard that they was using one of these solfeggio frequencies. But if you don't got a soundboard, I got something for you. We got this spiritual meditation playlist with all the solfeggio frequencies in it. Link is in the bio. You can listen to these when you wake up, when you go to sleep, if you're trying to meditate, whatever the reason is, you're trying to get a baby, whatever you need, link is in the bio. And you could cop one of these shirts too, link is in the bio. Go support my brother and share this video to somebody to teach him about sound frequency.
Getting older and getting wiser are not mutually exclusive. Losing weight and being healthier is not mutually exclusive. Doing a lot and doing better ain't mutually exclusive. You see, in the idea you live and you learn, some people do a whole lot more living than they do learning. And to those people, we must be kind. See, it's a lot of times where we fault people for things that we should simply credit ourselves for being capable of. Time passing and evolution are not mutually exclusive. Be kind to those that are incapable of things that come natural to you. And that will measure you as a better person. Anybody can get it.
Imagine if someone gave you a check for $1 million. But when you go deposit the money in the bank says, great. This will clear in the next 10 business days because it's a big check. And the bank has to process it. So in the following days, you'd be walking around with this high energy outputting into the universe. You'd feel wealthy, happy, and satisfied as a result. Living from that level of energy would produce all these other experiences that are on the same level of excitement. Now, even though you don't have a single dollar of that million, you'd just be walking around the entire time, knowing that you would get that $1 million check. But nothing really changed. It's just that you gave yourself permission to feel those positive emotions. Now I want you to go deep within yourself and manifest whatever goal, conditional, or feeling you want to make a reality. All you need to do is give yourself permission to accept what is meant for you.
You a family, right? Let me tell you how brainwashed we are. Like if you follow, I always speak about individualism and collectivism. We as a family has been taught to be an individualistic person, okay? Why is it as a family, bro, we got the mama, the daddy, and the 3 kids? That's 5 people. 5 people waking up, going to work for 5 different bosses, having 5 different cars, trying to get 5 different houses. This is what individualism does to people, right? We don't know how to work together. Every other country could come over here, consolidate what they do together, okay? Together, and gain way more than us, but we're taught, I got my own house, but you broke. Got my own car, but you broke. Yep. And you don't even own that. You can't never own nothing because you don't have what they call an allodial type.
In case you weren't convinced that we live in a matrix, there are CIA documents that tell you how to contact people telepathically, heal parts of your body using your mind, and remember forgotten memories. And all of the instructions for these live in a document that was declassified in 2003 called the Gateway Intermediate Workbook. In the late 70s and early 80s, the CIA was super interested in studying the psychic abilities of the mind. This document is wild. Look at this. To reduce pain signals. I'll move so you can pause this to read it if you want to. But what is this? Repeat the number 55515. There are diagrams instructing you how to exhale stale, used up energy out of your feet, how to perceive distant events and people, remote viewing. Again, I'll move so you can pause to read this if you want to. But the most interesting thing in all of this is that every single exercise starts with an affirmation. And the affirmation essentially states that we are more than our physical body, contrary to popular belief. Not only that, but the affirmation also asks non-physical entities for their protection. This document was part of the Gateway experiments. I put the link of that in my bio if you want to read the full document. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is there more to this, or was this a waste of resources? And follow for more like this.
Conspiracy can deal with exposure. Once the truth is out and the people understand, then they have problems. And I'm saying that the power of any government is in people. If you understand that symbols and emblems and things that we see every day are like the letters of an alphabet, if you put them together, they tell a story. If you understand, wake up and understand that we are not in a benevolent government, that Plato said The price good people pay for non-involvement in public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. In the old Celtic Druid occultism of ancient England, from which we have gotten most, about 95% of our mysticism in America has come from the old ancient English Celtic magicians. We always see pictures of
we're talking about Stonehenge, right?
Yeah, Stonehenge, right. Merlin the magician with his magic wands, and all the magicians always have their magic wands. Magic wands were always made out of holly wood. And holly wood has been used for many years to manipulate your thinking, to explain mystical subjects to you, and to prepare you to accept certain mystical premises. A classic example, and I'm not in any way belittling the work, but it's very important to understand Steven Spielberg and George Lucas's work with the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, because you can't understand the Last Crusade if you don't understand the First Crusade. And if you understand that the Raiders of the Lost Ark, who was the Raiders of the Lost Ark fighting against? It was the Nazis. Interesting too, in the Star Wars, according to the Masonic reference works that you can get in any library, the Freemasonic orders of Europe said that there was a little ideologue, a little spiritual entity that gave the knowledge to what the Masons call our hidden masters. That's what Freemasonry refers to, those who lead world Freemasonry. They don't know who they are. No Freemason knows who the actual leaders of the world organization are. They call them our hidden masters. Well, according to the reference works, there is a little spiritual entity that guides the world Freemasonry, and they call him Yoda. And in the reference works, you'll see this little creature with the pointed ears, and he's called Yota. Yota goes back to Judah, or Judah, which goes back into British Israel World Freemasonry, going back to the time of the founding of England, and that's why they're today called British. The British, it's a very big difference between being English and British. Brit is Hebrew for contract or a covenant, and ish means man in Hebrew. Therefore, British is the covenant man or man of the new covenant.
So we're talking about Star Wars.
So we're talking about Star Wars. We're talking about
the evil empire and
Empire
Yoda
Strikes Back. And with the Empire striking back, New York is the Empire State. We're talking about the new empire of New World America striking back at Europe in 2 world wars to overthrow the old Roman dynasties in Europe to take over the world. So what we're saying here is that there is a war going on between gangs to see who's going to ultimately be on the top of the pyramid. Yes, the obelisk, you'll see the Egyptian obelisk here. The Egyptian obelisk points up to the top of the triangle or the top of the pyramid. We're talking about occultic forces. We're talking about the 5-pointed pentagram, which was used by satanic worshippers for thousands of years. If you take the 5 points off of a 5-pointed star or a pentagram, you have left in the middle a pentagon. That's why the United States has a pentagon. The pentagon is directed toward the North Star because according to the ancient Babylonians, that's where you gathered power from the gods of the North in war. We're talking about sex, drugs, rock and roll, violence. We're talking about a concerted effort to manipulate the human beings of this country into a new order and a new world, and the people are going along with it, docile, and have not.
And they say it says Novus Ordo Seclorum. That's on the
that
dollar
really
bill.
interests me. That the term seclorum. You said earlier that meant secular world. Now doesn't that secular really mean more than
Well, these people think of themselves as God, Terry.
Well, but
these are the new gods.
But secular, if you ask a minister what secular means, he'll say the secular world and we Christians, meaning that it's a secular world without the God that created us. Isn't that true?
Yes.
So what we're looking at is we're looking at a new God, a Luciferian God, a satanic God who will be the leader of the New World Order. So the New World Order is the New World Order without the old God of the Bible and with the new God, Lucifer, Satan.
Now, you take a look at the pentagram.
We want to bring out one point here in relation to what he says. We're not talking about an evil genius somewhere in Bavaria. We're talking about America. Here is the New World Order. We are in the middle. of the most diabolical, conspiratorial movement ever developed on the face of the earth, right here in America. In Africa, and the big game hunters in Africa for many years used to, when you go out to hunt the big game, you wouldn't go into the jungle to look for the big game. You would hire many of the natives to go out with cans and bottles and surround about a 10-mile circle out in front of you and work in, beating cans and bottles and screaming and frightening your prey, the lion or the animal that you're looking for, and he's your prey. And you keep closing in until finally whatever is out there comes out into the open and he's a sitting duck. That is precisely what has been happening for the last 100 years. The Illuminati have been purposely organizing, directing, and financing wars, revolutions, violence, and bloodshed, so that it will sufficiently impress and frighten the world of humanity into accepting a new order, a new police state that will finally put down all the law and order, the disorder in the world. And it is the oldest trick in the book. Our greatest enemy is not in a crack house, it's in the White House. It's not in a bar room, it's in the boardrooms. And so the point I'm making is that we are being manipulated from the very top. And we need to wake up and find out that America is not the land of the free and the home of the brave, because we're not free and we darn sure ain't brave. These Illuminati refer to their offspring in their publications as their children, their offspring. They refer to your offspring as kids. You have kids because you're just like a goat. You're sheeple. That's why you have kids.
And your children are going to be slaughtered if you go along with the program. There's no question about it. They're going to be identified. They're going to be marked. They want it all. There isn't anything that you've got that they're not finding and taking away. They want your children, your wife, your family, your home, everything. They want it all. And if we don't understand this, we've got to wake up. We have to incite a revelation to avoid a revolution. If we follow the other sheep, we will certainly be led to the slaughter. Never in the annals of human history has so few done so much so often to rape, rob, and ravish so many as the warlords and the warlocks of Wall Street and Washington. We're talking about a global government that's in existence right now. We're not talking about a nation that is going, we're talking about a nation that is gone. We do not control the government of the United States of America. The United States of America is controlled by this evil arc. They control the money system. They control the State Department. They control the presidency. And if you take a look at the fasci on each side of the Speaker's podium in the Senate, you're going to find that we have a new world order in place. What do we have to do? Incite a revelation to avoid a revolution. Or wait for the second coming. The choice is up to you.
Do you believe in magic? And I hope you do. You'll always have a friend where you meet.
Those are killer stars, by the way.
Anyway, sorry, go on. I might kiss that shoe before the end of the night. It's there.
I might kiss that shoe before the end of the night. It's there.
He told me to look at his shoes. He said they were made from the skin of children he and his friends had murdered. He said leather made from human skin is the finest leather known to man. Macaulay Culkin said the Hollywood executive then dropped a heavy hint about the provenance of the skin used to make his shoes. He asked me if I knew Heather O'Rourke. Yeah, I remember her. I grew up watching Poltergeist. I remembered her in Happy Days. She was so cute. Then it dawned on me what he was getting at, and I vomited all over his shoes.
By simply connecting my left brain and my right brain, connecting at the fingertips, and lastly, connecting at my palm, I'm telling my body subconsciously to synchronize my brain hemispheres. This simple gesture that a lot of people overlook is one of the most powerful tools humans at this time can use to achieve instant balance within their minds. This is your brain, people. This is your brain. This is the manifestation of your brain, your hands. By simply doing so, you are bridging the connections. You are connecting yourself. You are balancing yourself. You are creating an equilibrium. You are telling your body to become whole. To amplify this technique, because this technique is very powerful, but to amplify this simple gesture of connecting your hands, to have a more holistic experience, I encourage the use of your eyes. Like I said before, your eyes are in fact your brain. If you want to center your brain, if you want to center yourself, use your eyes. Create a center point. And the best point to center yourself is where pure consciousness lies at, here, in the center of your eyebrows. By connecting your hands and also connecting your eyes at a center point here, you are, oh my gosh, you just have to try it.
Ain't nobody finna keep adulting like this. I'm not finna keep being an adult. I'm not finna do it. You see how these kids living right now? Having the best time of their life. While we going through, we up and down like a roller coaster. Depression, anxiety, you almost, you see? And this mother, hey. Nah, for real. I'm not finna keep being an adult while these kids finna live out my life dreams by the time they 13. This ain't finna keep going like this. I'm telling you right now. His eyes get watery when you tell him no, he can't have no snack.
Help me, man.
Oh, my God.
Girl, your truck finna get blown.
Oh.
God, thank you.
You wanna move?
I should have watched the news. Hey, who registered
You
this?
wanna move? But you come over here.
Nah, fuck all that.
Sabrina, come on.
I'm already here, so let me get 10 on pump.
Sabrina, get in here.
Yeah, 10 on pump 12. 2 of your quick picks. Hey, where y'all going? Ain't nothing but a little damn rain.
You can come in here. It's
Y'all got
fine.
shit to
You
do.
need to come in
And
here.
let me get a number 24, 16, 12, and 2 of your let me get 2 of the Newport 100.
No, it's.
Hey, where y'all
I'm
going?
telling you, Zach.
Let me tell you something, okay? Oh, for those of you, uninterested in this little ending real quick. Yes, that is it, and the video has come to a close. Now, for the rest of us, I am going to pull one card today too, y'all. I'm going to pull one card, just one tiny little card. So yeah, just a tad bit, just a little, appetizer of bonus content, right? That's a lot. It's bonus content. Let me just stop. I don't know why I'm trying to make things difficult. Okay, but anywho, child, listen, first of all, being an adult is ghetto. Like, this is not, I was like, bro. And you be in such a rush to get there because it looks fun. I ain't gonna front. I think it depends on, I don't think all children grow up like that though. So it depends on perspective, and you gotta let me know. Like, let me know. Hit me up, let me know. Or drop it in the comments. Because am I the only one? Like, we used to have so many, like, I guess it's a limit type of thing, because kids are more free, bro. Like, kids are really free. Like, seriously though, kids are so free. And it's like, depending on your upbringing, you have a sense of, because we used to always be outside and in nature and stuff like that. So it was whimsical, like it was magical, growing up when we were kids, for the most part, I would say. For the most part. No complaints there. So it's like, we were, like, my grandmother, like, I applaud her. She allowed us to be children, right? So let kids be kids, bro. But the thing is, I think that when you, even if you, so I'll just speak from my perspective instead of just trying to, I don't feel like channeling everybody's different perspective and trying to put it into one sentence. That's just too much. Okay. So from my perspective, I think, like, we were advanced in a way. And I think a lot of that came from having, like, being around older family members and stuff like that. So we learned stuff. And I realized that a lot of people, like, older siblings or whatever the case may be, or the influence, they tend to, mature a little faster. And I think besides that, when you don't allow your kids to be adults, because like I said, my grandma, she believed in that, but not everybody is like parent or other guardians we had or other adults we had around us was so gentle. Like we grew up kind of fast. It's like my grandmother helped kind of like bounce that out. But anyway, I say that to say this, right? I just want to give you a better example, or just that wasn't even an example because that was real life, y'all. I don't know what's going on today. I meditated. I don't know what's going on today. But in other words, I'm just trying to, because I feel like I'm rambling. And I'm probably just overthinking. I don't know, whatever. Okay, but the thing is, we couldn't wait to be adults because we felt limited when it came to certain things, or we were told, like I think that was the answer for everything too, is you're not grown, or wait till you grown, or whatever, or when you do this, or when you do that, when you become this, or when you become that, then you can do this and do that. So I think to kids, it's like, well, I can't wait. I can't wait. And we end up rushing. And I don't know if that's a kid thing, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not too sure that I've seen other people. I'm not too sure. Like, I've never really heard anyone else go into different details. So it'll be nice to get different perspectives behind that, too. Because I'm not too sure. Like, is that part of it? Like, or is there people out there who's like kids? I don't know, because some kids aren't in a rush at all. Like, I've noticed that. So I'm like, I don't know what causes that. Pretty much that's what I'm getting at. Like, is there a root cause to it? Is there a way to prevent that? Or what? Or is that just natural? Like, I don't know. But anyway, so yes, moving forward. Let me pull this one card because I gotta go. Okay. And I'm pulling for a deck that I haven't pulled from in a very long time because I got my other ones put up right now. They're in their like little travel status. So I don't want to waste y'all time and try to get that out, and I don't want to have to edit it out either because I don't feel like it. Cause y'all, I don't know if y'all know, like I try to be as natural as possible. Like, I'll take stuff out if necessary. If it's like a annoying sound or something like that, I try to catch it. Like, anything that may be a nuisance. But other than that, unless I'm laughing too much, like y'all, sometimes I really just be like overdoing it and I be laughing, and I probably edit that out. Cause I be rolling. These cards are so pretty. Okay, so I'm pulling from cause I love minis, y'all. I love minis. I love miniatures. I love tinies. So I had got this. It's supposed to be like my little traveling tarot deck as well. So it's very convenient. So let me pull y'all this one card and let me go, because this is already becoming long and I didn't want it to be this long. So 1 second. Let me put these. Let me shuffle and then pull for you. You're so tiny. You're so tiny, bro. I sound like little cuties now. They're so tiny. But they're so cute. Okay. So it's gonna be 2 because the card at the bottom of the deck says say something about me. So yes. So the card on the bottom of the deck was the 8 of Swords, you guys. So let's see what we have here. Okay. So maybe some action that needs to be taken with some of you when it comes down to your skills or hobbies or something that you're good at. And let me see. Then we have the 6 of Cups. Okay, y'all. So let me put this here. So there's some emotional growth, right? And that emotional growth, dang, I think this is really talking about me. So yeah, so there's some emotional growth. And sorry, y'all, let me put this back. I'm working with one hand, which is why I probably sound a little weird. Okay, so so yeah, so real quick, it's some emotional growth going on, and you're doing pretty good, right? It's not one of those make sure this or make sure that. No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. Like, if you're worrying about anything right now, Either it's just stuff that you're just used to and you got to work yourself through learning not to worry about. But it's nothing new. Like, it's nothing like to really be worried about or for you to even need me to like reassure you about. Like, you're at a point right now where you do just fine on your own. Every now and again you may need somebody like me who can remind you, but that's pretty much what this is. It's just a reminder. There's no warning like don't do this, don't do that. You're already not doing what you're not supposed to do. If that makes sense. Did I say that right? If I said that right, that was a dope line if I said that right. But yeah, but other than that, you're good. So you're good to go. So yes, thank you for joining me for this tiny little bonus content and a little bit of actually end up letting you in a tiny little, I peeked the door open just a tad bit, let you in on a little bit more of me. So yeah, I may have to do a video for you guys. I may have to go live or something maybe. And actually like formally introduce myself and let y'all know like who I am. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I love my privacy and I love protecting my privacy. So I'm not too sure. So that's not a promise. It's just an idea because I've really been holding back from doing it. But we shall see. We shall see. But yes, so yeah, thank you guys. Love and light to every last one of you. Enjoy the rest of your day or night or whatever. And until the next video, peace out.